Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to the campfire of NoCode-X. I think this is the seventh campfire. This is we have a small update for you guys. Not very elaborate, but a small update. We are cooking a big release that mostly contains code bug fixes but also contain a little bit of extra functionality. So let me show this functionality to you guys, and afterwards we can maybe go in ahead and answer some questions. So let me share my screen real quick here. Voila. So one of the so we are actually adding four functions at the moment. So four new functions to help you do stuff with actions. So they come in pairs of two. So the first pair is adding a class to a UI element and removing a class from a UI element. And then the other one I cannot show you yet. This one is creating a cookie and reading a cookie. So those are the four that we are creating this release. With regards to adding a class and removing a class from an element, I can already show you this. So I have this little bit of a demo set up here with two buttons. One set red, set blue, and all they do is they call like a little bit of an action here, and then I have a target vertical list which has absolutely nothing with regards to classes in it or whatsoever. So if I open up this page, I should only see like the two buttons, and then of course a little bit of a border here. If everybody can see the correct screen, right? I'm not sharing only one top, just to make 100% sure. And I see you guys, the guys in the call have not yet accepted the fact that we are recording. So if you want to talk, you'll have to accept that first, and then you'll have to unmute again because that's something that Teams does. While we're waiting for an answer, we can continue in here. So yeah, thank you, Maciek. So this set red button has like a small action, and all it actually does is it has two functions. First of all, it removes a class from the target vertical list. The class that it will remove is BG of BG dash blue. And then it adds a class BG-red. And you can imagine that the other button has a quite similar action that it will also remove. So it adds a class BG-blue, and then it will remove a class BG-red. So it's really simple. You can add multiple classes here to add multiple classes at the same time or remove multiple classes at the same time. And what it does is actually it allows you to like paint something red, paint something blue, and you can use all the classes that you want, all the classes that are in Tailwind, in Animatropy, or even the classes that you have created yourselves in design system. So this allows you to like create a little bit of a more dynamic or play around with more dynamic styling of elements within a NoCode-X. So that's the first little update that we have for you. The second update that we have is we done some changes to Rocket Mode again. As I mentioned earlier, we will continue upgrading Rocket Mode, continue making it better and better and better. So this update is a bit on both sides. So first of all, we updated a bit the process of Rocket Mode. And secondly, we also are now focused mainly on the quality of the logic that is being created by Rocket Mode. So we want to get the logic down, make it 100% correct, and so on. Voila. So we'll be spending more time on that in the future, but we already have one release ready that improves on what we have today. So with regards to the process, small things have changed. For example, here you can try an example. So, for example, a blood measuring application, a blood pressure measuring application, and then you go into the well-known rocket mode, as we all know it already. Some subtle things have changed here, which you will see in a moment. For example, here, if you wait for the answer, here we have a little bit of an information telling you exactly what rocket mode does for you. Then we have an indication on which step you are in rocket mode. And we've made the answers of the chat much smaller. So it's much faster to read. And if you are still interested in the detailed answer, you can click and you can see the detailed answer of rocket mode. So the detailed answer is still there, but if you just want to, if you, it's a bit like a too long didn't read kind of thing. If you want to read only the short version, you can do so. And then from here on, this I have already shown you. There is a button which you can now click to mention that it all looks okay and you want to move to the next step. Now, we've heard from some people that they were getting stuck during the entire process of rocket mode. We've also doubled down on fixing those bugs. So many of the bugs are out of there. So normally every time you run rocket mode, you should at least get to the end of rocket mode. Well, to the end where you unlock the visual development mode and can dive deeper into the visual development. So this is here step 2, which is also, well, the customer journey. Again, you have the detailed answer and the summary right here. Looks good. Move on to the next step. Then what we are building right now, and well, I won't be able to demo this entire process for you guys because we're still building it, but we're putting in a step of creating test data. So after you create all your database tables, there will be a question that asks you if you want to create test data for your application. And so with the upcoming release, this will be in there as well. So so yeah, the features. Let's go to the next step, and then there is one last subtle change that I want to show you that we've done within the next step, and then we can wrap it up here. Yeah, we are, as you might have mentioned, we're doing a little bit to the UI. And the next change is also a bit of a change to the user interface. That is all us trying to get to where the end, where for us our flag is for rocket mode. So we'll have much more things coming up, much more possibilities in these screens right here for rocket modes for you to change stuff in the upcoming releases. But we'll go through we'll make them step by step. So in this case, we also added a little explanation on what a design system is. We'll have some. We made the colors boxes a bit bigger. We will also add still a little bit of a description for each color, what they are used for, and so on. In the future, you'll be able to change this right here and so on. But we'll move towards that point in time, step by step. So yeah, that's really what I wanted to show you guys with regards to the changes of rocket mode. Of course, many of the changes that we've done are not visualized in this screen. They are really in the quality of the logic that is being outputted by rocket mode, which should be again a step better than it was before. So we'll keep on incrementally improve whatever rolls out of rocket mode. Also, we have had some mentions of this indicator, this progress indicator not being 100% correctly with some people. We fixed that bug as well, so everybody should get to the 100% mark when going through rocket mode. So voila, these are a bit in a nutshell the new things that are in NoCodeX. So please remember that we've also been working very hard on bugs that you've all been logging. So we've tried to fix as many bugs as possible. So once we done the release, you should most definitely start noticing it. While working in NoCodeX, and we'll keep on focusing on bug fixes as well in the future. So if there are there any questions with what I've shown you or what I've just mentioned?
Maybe a little information that we are also working on new frontend and new hosting, the way we host sites. But the results of it will be further because it's a big thing.
Yeah, so that's good that you mention it. Maybe I can quickly, like it's gonna be, for some people it's gonna be a little bit of a recap, but that doesn't that's not a bad thing per se. So let's just go through this thing here. Just a second. Voila. A few campfires ago, we mentioned something that we called Code Gen X, which is what Maciek actually means. So what we're doing is, at the moment we are still doing this. So we are using AI and no coders to create some kind of abstraction, because we are not creating, or we don't allow the AI to create software, or no, that's wrong, because we don't allow the AI to create code. We can actually be pretty sure, very sure, that whatever comes out of, as with regards to application, whatever comes out of this collaboration between AI and no coders is secure. So, and what we are doing at the moment, we have our own interpreter that actually interprets this abstraction and runs an application for you. Now, this has helped us get to this point, but we are coming across the limitations of this approach, and we want to improve this a lot. So the next step for us to do in our mind is not get rid of the abstraction. We will keep the abstraction, because this abstraction gives us so much opportunities for the future, and so much well, this is really the way that we can keep in control of what is generated and what is created. And this control comes with security, but also with a lot of other benefits. So we're still keeping the abstraction. The only thing that we're not doing anymore in the future is interpreting it ourselves. So what we're going to do is we are compiling the abstraction to code, and then we will host the code on, of course, on NoCodeX. You'll have the opportunity to host the code just as before, or you'll even have the opportunity to host the code that we generate on your own web hosting of choice. The thing is, we can still make sure that the code that is generated is secure, because the AI has no direct access or does not directly write the code. We control the compiler that actually creates that code. And the cool thing about this is, so yeah, of course, we can do all kinds of cool things like tree shaking. Only the things that your application needs will have much more, a much easier time. The development team of NoCodeX will have a much easier time keeping things backwards compatible. The performance will be immensely increased, and you will, most importantly for me, and I hope for you guys as well, you won't have what is actually a little bit of a thing in the no-code world. You won't have the lock-in anymore. You will be able to like get React code from NoCodeX. And if you outgrown NoCodeX, we don't want to keep you hostage. Because if you outgrown NoCodeX, we've done great, because you are now successful. You can take your React code and have a developer start doing changes in that code. And maybe also very important, and this is what we're really going for. is the quality of code that we will also generate, because we go from an abstraction to we keep that compilation step in our control. We can actually control the quality of code as well, which should be of a much higher quality than what an AI can generate for you without having all the context and things like that. Another,
Also,
yeah,
one of the
Maciek?
interesting advantages on that list could be that maybe you like some JavaScript library that we don't support yet, and this way you could download the project and install it yourself. Like it really opens all the possibilities that developers have, if you wish to
Exactly.
go that way.
Exactly. You'll have much more freedom to do things with your application, and you're not that much tied anymore of what is available into NoCode-X. Um, that is indeed one of the many advantages. Another advantage I'm showing you right here is, well, we are starting with React. To keep things clear, we're starting with React, but we will be able to also compile into other languages. For example, we'll be able to compile, for example, in a timely front end, or even in a native Android application, or a native iOS application, all starting from the same abstraction, by the way. So you could have one abstraction and just have it compiled in React code, or have it compiled in native iOS or native Android code. And this really also opens up a lot of possibilities towards languages and frameworks that that aren't being that don't have enough data out there for LLMs to completely grasp the language. So from my experience, LLMs are quite proficient in writing React applications, not so much in writing, for example, time leave, or writing. I think, Maciek, that you told me that LLMs are quite notorious in bad coverage of Svelte.
Svelte,
So yeah, so if you want to use that, you will be able to do so as well. So that's one of the big advantages as well. And another advantage is, of course, as Maciek also already kind of mentioned, you also have like the choice of different libraries, and the component library is one of them. We'll be able to use material, but also ShadCN and Bootstrap and so on. So we're still aiming for somewhere in November to release our first release, Maciek. But we'll see how we fare, because as Maciek says, this is a really big change. We have to write a compiler from scratch. We want to also deliver quality, so we have to take our time to create this piece of this feature, actually, or this piece of NoCode-X. Voila.
However, I think
So
we will be able to like share maybe some of the progress to give a glimpse of how it will look just in the maybe few weeks. It won't be like a full by any means, but it maybe will present how those files could look if you would like to experiment with them on your own, like a developer.
yeah, I think that would be very interesting if we can go already to like a sneak peek kind of thing, where well, maybe we can present it in one of the upcoming campfires, and then maybe also like allow you to experiment it with yourself in then one of the upcoming releases. But we'll see how we manage to do that. So yeah, and of course we'll then have you export it to your Git repositories of choice. So there are lots of cool things coming up, and more to come, without a doubt. So with regards to that, are there any more questions or anything that I've forgotten to mention? Please speak up. Just gonna check the Discords right here. Nope. No questions. Um,
Christian.
Yes, Rafał?
You have said something about cookies at the beginning.
Yes.
And
yes.
Do I understand it correctly? It is available in NoCode-X at the moment?
So everything that I've shown you and what I've talked about, writing the cookies and reading the cookies, will be in the upcoming release.
Oh, okay.
I was aiming to do the upcoming release yesterday. Then I was aiming to do the upcoming release today, but now I'm aiming to do the upcoming release tomorrow because we are doing actually a code freeze at Rafał.
Yes.
Yeah. But if you just to elaborate on the functionality a little bit, because I haven't talked about that so much. But in some cases, you want to keep a little bit of a data that is about unauthenticated users. And is kept persistent even when the user like goes away from the application and comes back.
Yes.
And for that exact reason, you might want to use something like a cookie. So we don't want to block you on any in any regards with that. So we'll give you the opportunity to write a cookie to the user's well, the user's browser actually, or the user's computer, and then we'll give you the opportunity to read that cookie. So those are two functions that you'll be able to use.
Nice.
All right, and in the same kind of area, but will probably not be done with that functionality as well. Excuse me, we have the global variables, we have the create global variable, and we have the remove global variable. At the moment, you can use global variable as placeholders in the pages. In the same area of the kind of function that we want to write is read global variable. So we want to give you the opportunity to read the value of a global variable in your actions instead of only using it in placeholders, which should allow you to have more elaborate actions. Voilà. And I was thinking about one last thing. Yeah. So I saw a discussion on APIs, creating APIs within NoCode-X. So I think it's really valuable, everything that we read. We're not entirely really 100% decided on which way to move yet. So please keep the discussion going. I think it's a very good discussion. If we can have anything at all that makes NoCode-X the learning curve or NoCode-X a bit lower, that would help a lot. So please keep those discussions going. Those are really interested. We're reading them all. Don't worry, and we'll take in all the information in, and we're using it as inspiration for changes that we're doing to NoCode-X. So so please keep this discussion going. It's a very good discussion, I think. So if there are no further questions, unless there are, I think we can wrap it up right here. I'm just going to wait if maybe Kon, if you have any questions. Okay. Then I think we can wrap it up. So then there is one last thing for me to do, is to thank you all for your presence to this campfire, and we'll talk again next week with another update of what has been happening within NoCode-X. So thanks, guys, and talk to you later.
Thanks all.
Bye-bye.
Bye.